here.
Yeah.
And this is where the entrance is going to be.
Yeah.
There.
Those two trees come out.
Between those two trees.
Yeah.
Do you want to go for a walk?
Yeah.
Come on.
Did you enjoy it last night?
I did. It always gets heckling, doesn't it, to a certain point? So what's your position then?
Well, I just responded to an advert earlier, late last year, about them needing some co-opted members.
Oh, okay. So are you an actual councillor
Yes. Yeah.
for town council or Norfolk District Council? Town council. And how long have you been on?
Just since the turn of the year, so January.
And how are you finding it?
It takes some adjustment.
Yeah, because Wendy's new as well, isn't she?
It takes adjustment having worked exclusively almost in the private sector.
Okay.
And being used to being able just to make decisions.
Oh, yes.
But that's not laws and rules and regulations and due process. So it's not about trying to. It's an adjustment to understanding what all that means and working in it and with it. You see what I mean? As opposed to working for smaller organisations in the private sector where you just ring the chief exec and ask him a question and say, this is what I'm proposing to do, and he says, yeah, okay, fine, crack on.
Yeah. Whereas this one...
Just go and get it done.
Yeah.
I think putting everything else aside, I just think it's a shame that we lose a piece of open space.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the first one. I mean, it's blatantly obvious with this road as well. With them talking about, well, we'll need yellow lines on the road next door, and it's like, well, that's not even going to solve the problem, having yellow lines on Millfield Road. It's not.
No. So that's a completely separate safety issue with articulated lorries and buses turning left, having to take both lanes.
Yeah.
And then you're only having a couple of car lengths for waiting traffic before there's parked cars. So people are swinging around parked cars to come up to the junction as articulated lorries are swinging around the other way.
Yeah.
It's a disaster waiting to happen. But
as well as on that first bend. I mean, you've got two issues going on that road. I mean, why are they not thinking, therefore, of making this a one-way system? You come up one end and you go in another end. I mean, that would solve a lot of issues. I mean, if they go ahead and build 54 dwellings on here, how's that going to affect your house price?
I haven't thought about it, to be honest. It is what it is. That's not a consideration in me being opposed to it. It's space that was gifted, as far as I understand it, to Paston for education, community use. That's what it's designated for in the local plans.
And then City College comes in. Do you think they are the basis of what's behind it to sell it?
I think there's always different ideas when you get a regime change. We've seen that with the scrapping of the winter fuel allowance yesterday. Regime change means people have a different view on the world.
How would you feel if this got turned into a wildlife area?
It sort of almost is by virtue of the
Yeah,
fact
but
that
nobody can access it.
No, indeed. No, sorry. It almost is on the basis that it's not actually looked after. There's no sort of husbandry going on apart from occasionally they come and top the field. I mean, it could almost be a hay meadow, couldn't it? You could almost do something with it and collect the hay and bale it up and give it away to people or do something. It'd be fantastic. It was you know, even if it's in its current state, if just you had some paths mown through what's there and it was open to the public,
Be nice.
people could walk the dogs.
Yeah.
Especially
if the groundsmen took it over and do what they do anyway. I mean, they've got a good ethos, haven't they, the groundsmen?
Yeah.
What about if it got turned into a cemetery?
Same thing is true. You still get some biodiversity and ecology around cemeteries.
Do you think this road would cope better, it being wildlife or it being a cemetery, or both, than having a cemetery up near Waitrose and allotments up near Waitrose?
I hadn't paid much attention to where the cemetery was. One of the things I haven't quite got my head around. There was a discussion with it yesterday, or more mention of it, but I hadn't really caught up with that, the exact location of that.
That's just this. I still see this as being part of the town, not the outskirts.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So, to build 54 on here, I think it's just taken another inch out of the town of its beauty and what it is. You know, we can't change the town. The town is what it is. You know, it's not like a video game where we can erase it and rebuild bits, you know?
Yeah.
You know, if they want to build, then do it on the outskirts, but leave the town and the surrounding area of the town as it is, because isn't that the beauty of North Walsham? Isn't that why people move here?
There aren't that many spaces where you can stand like we are now with that vista.
True. Even though they'll probably argue, well, you've got the memorial park and you've got the place over in the new build, and it's like, but it's not the same, is it really?
And Memorial Park serves a purpose, but it's flat ground that's mown all the time. The one on Hornbeam is a new thing, so there's nothing established there as it is.
No.
It's grass and a play area, whereas this has got more maturity to it.
It could be absolutely gorgeous. But the council last night said that they're going to still have the same stance as what they have done the last 2 times, 3 times even. But where does that go from here? What? So if they turn around and say, yeah, we'll take some of the road and take some of this and widen the road, is everyone still going to be happy this going ahead?
I guess individually and collectively, it depends where your objections lie, doesn't it? Because there's the loss of the green space, there's the designation of it currently, and therefore building on it is against policy. Then you've got the health and safety issues connected with this road, the access only restriction as well. So you go from having, I think it's something like 24 dwellings along here. So it's a 200% increase. So this was built, they put a restriction on the road to manage the traffic flow as a result of this, because they wanted to try and keep the equilibrium because of the poor state of the road. And now suddenly we're saying, well, actually we'll just put twice as many houses on there that's coming. So you should therefore expect, for every 1 car that goes along here at the moment, you're going to get 3. How does that jive with having restricted it previously because you were putting this traffic?
And I mean, this was charity done, wasn't it? This was all raised and donated, wasn't it? There was a lady that I know donated quite a fair bit to it because her plaque is on the wall.
Okay.
So it's like, how, if this bit has been donated, how does that then come across that they can just take a corner if needs be from a property that's been donated, because it's not owned by Paston College or City College?
I don't know. I thought the freehold stayed the same, and the county, the North Norfolk had a leasehold interest on this.
I think that needs to be looked into a bit more.
Yeah.
Because I definitely know that there's been money donated to this place over the years, especially for the whole reason why it was built in the first place.
Oh yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there was a swimming pool just there, just the other side of the fence.
that where all that?
Yeah. So there was a lovely, so similar to the one on Memorial Park, the pavilion building
Yeah.
with a thatched roof,
Yeah.
which was the changing rooms, which served a above surface swimming pool. Back in the day when this was all Paston playing field, and they used to have the cricket matches on the piece that we're talking about. Because I've had my son over there
Yeah.
building snowmen. when you could, you know, when it was open, you could just walk across it. You know,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just they used to, it's still there. There used to be just a small box where they'd isolated the services that served the building.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it used to be the sports pitch used to be a running track and whatever on this piece over here. It's not that many years ago that, you know, when they did the triathlon at Victory a few weeks back.
Yeah.
The running part of it was done around the track on there.
Really? Because they normally do it on the road, don't they? I always see them run past my house. And
the first ones, it was round the running track. Round the running track on there. I don't know which order it goes in. I suppose do you run, swim, cycle? Can't remember
something like that, innit? Yeah.
Whichever way it is, but that's what they were doing. That's how it used to work.
So where does it go from here then, as far as you're aware?
Well, the public consultation date was yesterday, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
30th. And there's lots and lots of representation on the website. I think Wendy said last night that the town council got an extension on that, so she can then
Till today, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, so she can renew the objection at that level. I mean, then I'm assuming it's going to go to committee. So anyone that's minded to can try and get a slot to speak at committee, and then they'll decide what they decide, won't they?
It comes down to money at the end of the day, don't it? I mean, I'd love to see it as the cemetery, so it's still close by to everybody in town, and a wildlife, because you've got that wildlife protection charity that came to the hustings a couple of weeks ago, you know, kind of wanting to say about the importance of keeping our greenland, and that doctor that came in saying about, you know, all to do with pollution and everything, and it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, people are being told, and yet it still comes down to money, especially if it's city college, because I know that they've paired up with Paston, and that since they've been involved, it seems, since this is all now starting to happen.
Yeah, because Paston had a plan of their own originally, didn't they, to relocate onto that part of the snow. So there was a planning application. God, 15 more years ago, maybe.
Really?
To actually put the college there. So that was the first one. But it just felt like they couldn't secure the funding.
I mean, everyone I speak to are like, they don't want it because of the amount of cars that nowadays, what households have normally got 2 or 3 cars now, haven't they? And these little Legoland that they seem to build, you can't park anywhere. I mean, you know, I've got friends and family that lives in like association sort of style places, and it's like you end up parking on verges, and then the verges die off, and then people put cones out, and then there's just this whole thing when you drive into the neighbourhood of curtain twitchers, do you know what I mean, of don't park there sort of thing. And it's like, we're now doing the same thing here.
It's not necessarily this one, but apart from, say, for example, what's planned over there.
Yeah, the 1,200 houses.
Is and I was at another town council professionally presenting something last week, and I was speaking to the the mayor of Kings Lynn and West Norfolk.
Okay.
And they've got, I don't know, a couple of thousand houses going on, and the problem they've got is that because of the phasing of them, the road doesn't go in one go, which is what we've got here. Therefore, the bus service, which will link everything up, won't go in until the end, which is too late because everybody that lives there
It's stuck.
They will have already, you do something every day for a month, it becomes a routine, it becomes normal. So if you live there, you've got no option because the road doesn't link through, therefore the bus doesn't link through. You find alternate ways. That then becomes your routine. It's very hard to then break somebody's routine to get them back onto public transport. Whereas if the infrastructure goes in and the bus route is in and it passes your front door and you've got a 10-yard walk to get on the bus to get to where you want to go, you'll do it from day one.
Yeah. But then me moving to North Walsham, they were the key points of why I moved to where I moved, because we've got a bus stop outside our door. We've got the train station just down the road. Yep. Do you know what I mean? We've got town, 5-minute walk, and it's like, that's exactly why we moved here. Yeah. It's for all those reasons.
Yeah. So if you move into a new estate and you go, oh yeah, okay, there's going to be a bus route. Oh, hang on a minute, it's not coming for 3 years. You got to.
But then you got the doctors, then you got the schools. So does it just come down to the consultation then of finding out, kind of being open-minded of what else could be used, or are they hell-bent on making sure that there's 54 houses here?
This is purely a planning application to put that number of houses on this piece of land.
But then they can sell that land more, can't they? Because they've not sold this land yet, have they?
The deal's done.
They've sold the land?
My understanding is there is a subject to planning approval deal for Flagship to acquire it. So they go to committee, they get planning consent, and then there'll be within so many days, weeks, months of that happening, Flagship then buy it.
Because they can then price it up more because it's got planning permission on it.
Yeah.
So it's all about money again. For the college.
I think it is probably seen as an asset. If they get planning consent on it, it therefore has a value in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And I don't know the college's finances, but one would assume that, as with everything else in the economy at the moment, there's a black hole somewhere that they've got to plug. I don't know.
And City College.
Yeah, sorry, the colleges, let's say.
But what did you say earlier? It was not given, but it was...
My understanding was all of this land was donated so many hundreds of years ago to Paston College.
Right.
For community use.
So I wonder if they got the money for this side then. I wonder how they...
So they've justified the swimming pool because it's a community building. So it's open to the community, it's a benefit. So from does it contravene the use? Not really, because it is open to the community. And, you and I stood here and nobody's going to challenge us for being in it. We could have a picnic over there if we wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Etc. I would have thought, I believe that the council have got a long leasehold interest and the actual freehold is still with the college. It's probably 125 years or something. And there would probably been a premium attached to that. But it's fine because we get our land back in 125 years, or we get to charge another premium in 125 years' time. The reality is that building will be...
The way things go, when the 70, 75 years are up with any government, they tend to take the land back and do exactly what they want on it. I mean, look at Little Plumstead Hospital, look at Thorpe St Andrews Hospital, all those... Do you know what I mean? Once that time was up on that land, they sold it. And I mean, they're doing it everywhere. And I mean, they're saying that we need more homes, but why can't they build on the outskirts of places, why do they have to still keep building inside areas that won't be able to take it? It frustrates me. Hello.
Come on. Come here. She don't know you. She just wants to be friendly.
Just want to say hello, do you?
Hello.
Hello.
Come on.
Hi.
Come on, you go off now, man.
Do you live nearby?
Yeah, upside. Well, my son do. I don't, but I'll wear them. Oh, this was a dog.
Hi. We're just talking about this land.
I know, it's awful, isn't it? Never should be allowed, should it?
Wow, this is what we're talking about. What do you think should be done with it?
Well, I think it'd be some kind of restoration grant where it should be for. Join this, doesn't it? That's what I say. All leisure centre, so why not have something like it was before? You can't have a car park there, or you could have a bigger car park because we've got houses here. I don't know how all the infrastructure have got to cope with it. All the services in it. Where they got to go? Ain't that? They've got all the up the other side now, haven't they? They've got to build up the back there, haven't they? Got back of the Norwich Road as well.
Got behind the Bryce.
Yeah.
So that's all got to go downhill, isn't it? Down to the main sewer. I think that should be left how it was. You know, when we were growing up, kids, just the back here, you might see a little bit of there, but it should be a swimming pool and a lovely big pavilion.
That's what we were then talking about.
Lovely big pavilion.
Yeah.
And I lived in Station Road then, but I live in Walsham Road now. Station Road just about 2 doors before the fish shop. And the chap what used to do that, at 4:30, he used to look after all this ground this side, worked for the county council, not the county council. He said, "Boys, where's the swimming pool for the next door?" He said, "I was taking my 2 lads over there." Yeah. You know, he was in charge of everything, and I knew him. I went to school with him, same age as me, I still see him today. And that's what they done, and they destroyed it, didn't they? That was a lovely place, but they had everything. But used for nothing, so I don't know. Why, what a build on it. I know that could join Oak Road, which they've got to do, I think, haven't they? I said, you know, the bungalows, there'd be so many bungalows at the back. What join Oak Road, isn't there?
I think that's been dismissed because of there's a bungalow that's illegally built, which runs down the back.
I know who
and
done
that's
that.
yeah, I think they talked about one point having that as an entrance or an exit, and it's like that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
No.
It's all houses now, it's 54 houses.
54 houses crammed, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's bad enough on the state up here, isn't it? You know, car park is atrocious what roads are given.
That's just what I was saying. How do you park?
Absolutely atrocious. I don't know. This is the 3rd application, is it? They put in?
Yeah.
And
3rd or 4th.
We've got a different government in there as well. I think, you know, they'll push it more forward than anyone. Government will more, I think. Especially that social housing, they will. I know I can always remember when I lived right up at the top, you know, where the new social housing was built up on Scouting Road, at the top, right at the end in there.
Mm-hmm.
They went out there, but hopefully they'll go out the top of Norwich Road on that. So we did have no say in that because the land was already bought. That's all they were doing. It belonged to Drayton Farms, which is Carter's, and all that land is only hired, the back there. So Carter's are in for it. It's all about the money then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just let a piece go at a time. That's what happened. They want a few more houses to build.
But why
no one
does
see
it?
that, and I didn't hurt so much there. I don't think, you know, where it was, did it? I know they still had to come from residents. Well, they got the London residents this end, didn't they? What used to be called Londoners bungalows, but this is a shame. This would be shameful. Fill that up there. I think I should join this. Carry on. I think I could do a lot more here. They have all these 3D pictures for children and stuff, and I think that's what they need. They got nothing on the park side. I know they got the other side of the railway line here, but everywhere else get these nice 3D pictures of kids and stuff, don't they? And that will join all this, doesn't it? You know what I mean with this? You could put another little bit of car parking in, I suppose. But you got all this here, so why?
What about wildlife park? What about cemetery?
Yeah. I don't think they'd wear that with.
Well,
I'd say that,
they're
but-
talking about putting the new
Yeah.
cemetery over near Waitrose, at the back of Waitrose.
Are there?
And it's like, but it's taking it out of town.
Yes, you're exactly right. Where people
And I'd rather have dead people in here than
yeah, than that,
54
yeah,
houses
exactly right,
full of
yeah.
people and
Oh, yeah,
cars. Do you know what I
exactly
mean?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Because this could look absolutely gorgeous, especially if you mix it up with a bit of wildlife and, do you know what I mean? Like you say, mould through and actually make a lovely feature.
Be nice to wander through.
I've got all the
Yeah.
walkways close to town anyway, because you can open that up down near the bridge here, just as you come back with them rails down there.
Yeah, that's all.
You can walk through there, easy
Yeah.
enough to access to get to it
Yeah.
from walking right. But I don't know what's wrong. Have there got to be any more meetings? I suppose you can put your objections in, have you, or whatever.
I think
I think we had a little
1st of
meeting,
August was the last one, wasn't it? Which is today, I think, for the online
Yeah.
stuff.
I think my son must probably do it. He's in the building trade. He won't want too much, will he?
No.
That's it.
No.
Will he?
You calm down now.
Yeah.
You're not woofy.
Yeah, you're waiting for me to just take you down there. Right, I'll leave you to it then,
Yeah,
shall I?
all right.
Thank you
I
very
don't know what
much.
you can plan out yourself, or hopefully do something. But
Well, just stand there and moan about it, basically.
yeah, we never moan, but whether that's got to be.
And you can change anything, I don't know.
I don't.
But
Yeah, it's like when they put them 20-mile-an-hour signs down there on Nelson Road where I am. Made a difference about a week, and that was the finish one. I told them what they wanted in the first place. They want the ramp like they got in Norwich.
what, sleeping policeman?
Yeah, we something slam up. Oh, we can't do that. We've got too much money.
Do you know?
Oh,
Do you know Bernie then?
yeah, I know, but yeah.
So he turned up on my doorstep Monday.
Did he?
Yeah, because he's seen I'd objected to this.
Yeah.
And he knocked on my door just to say hello and have a bit of chat. So
Yeah. Yeah, he tried his hardest, I think, to do it. But no, we can't do that. There's too many bus routes and so on, so that. Be all humpty bumpty. Or go up the city then, down Constitution Hill and all the way down there. What do they do then?
Yeah, but the thing is, that's country road. The ones in the city were built for a city. This is country. This is a town. So, you know, it's...
so many thousand. Well, we can have this 20 mile an hour. Who stick to 20 mile an hour? They reckon they ain't illegal. Only schoolers illegal, they tell me. And then we said about it, I said to Bernie, well, he said it ain't really officially. You can't get a speeding fine for 20 mile an hour, only in a school area. So, hey, stop it. Hey, come here. Hey. Hey. That's what he tell me, so I don't know.
I think you got city folk coming into the country telling you what you can and can't do. It's like, it's not the right... It doesn't work. City is city, country is country, and this is a town. It can't
We're on the
work.
edge of the country here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Really, you got two minutes. You would be in the country really when you're up top of Scoyton Road.
Yeah.
Where I am, I look over the top of the back of those bungalows. Really, I suppose then I've got an entrance both ends anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, if that's where they want to put the houses, then that makes more sense because they've got a better...
Yeah, access to it, isn't there?
Yeah, and they can make it up from scratch. Whereas this, I mean, you've got a train track, you've got Oak Road, you've got these houses. It's like you can't... It's enclosed. You can't...
The entrances, they have to change the entrance because the entrance is down.
Yeah, opposite yours.
yeah, take 2 trees out.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah, that's good. Do you need it there though? You get another 7 o'clock, you might know yourself what Norwich Road's like. 7, 6:30 to 7 to 8 to 9, that's full.
Can't get out.
And when you get up to the NDR, I've got to try to get up to the NDR, coming off the NDR, 4:30, 5 and 6, nightmare. You get up to where the horse, you can't get down the hill again. Get down with his recruitment sergeant in, and they will queue that right back nearly at Norwich, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's hopeless, isn't it? So we ain't got the roads to cope with all this really, have we, as well?
No.
The thing was, you look, what a fly over from North Walsham straight over onto India, don't you? I don't think that'll ever happen. And we got the cyclists there all meeting today.
Yep.
Hey! I think I had a meeting. I think these two here. This one, my boy, and that's a neighbour who I never see there. But they all had a meeting.
But where do they have the meeting?
Well, I think they had a meeting. I don't know where.
What, just amongst themselves? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, like last night, for instance. I mean, how going to a town council meeting to object something vocally, and yet you go and you can't say a thing as a community member? How do they get to hear what you lot are talking about
there.
here?
Not unless you send it all in to them. My son might send it to him, but he ain't here at the moment, so he'll be back.
It's just so disjointed.
He do a lot of stuff in the town. That's what I'm saying. Got a lot of properties in the town. He's more for the town, really, as he said. You know, really, he's be sitting on the council centre. That's what I said to him one time. Don't let him get away with it, really. You want the people who have been brought up here, don't you? As such, who knows about it, what it's like as a child, and how things move on. Not to say, oh, I'll build it tomorrow, or put 50 houses here. Ain't the real world, is it?
No. I think that's the problem, though, isn't it? Because I bet probably 90% of people that are involved in this probably don't even live in North Walsham.
No, they don't, so.
Because in my experience, when they've done things in the city and surrounding areas, they come out of completely in a different what do you call it?
Who are on there now? I suppose a lot of them aren't even local people, are they?
What, on the town council? There's one.
Yeah. I'll live over there. I don't. You come from away, did you? Oh, you are local, aren't you? Yeah.
My family moved from Essex in 1972 when I was 5 years old. And I've lived Aylsham, Erpingham the last 35 years in Walsham.
Well, you deserve to be here then.
I've been here 10 years. Does that count?
Well, nearly, I think.
I'm all for the town. I moved here because I loved it, not because I wanted to see it change into a city or changed into something that it can't be.
I lived at Farmingham. I grew up at Farmingham. I left here at 21, got married. My wife didn't want to go back into it. She always lived here, she's brought up here. She always worked in the town. She worked in the town 40 odd years. So I worked for several different companies, so that's what I like to see, as I say. My other son, he did move away. This one stayed there. But he don't want to see none of this. I think they all got to try and get together what's on the road. More, all of you. That's what I need.
Yeah, but you need the right people to be here to listen to it.
Yeah. Now you see the government has changed, hasn't it?
It has, but how much
Duncan,
of that is to do with this?
You could talk to him. I don't know about the chap, Duncan.
Yeah, I know Duncan.
Sort of.
Yeah, he did some bad things,
He's
Duncan.
done some bad things, but he's done some good things.
But some of his bad things outweigh his good things.
Yeah.
That's why he's gone.
Yeah, so we'll...
But
I don't know whether Labour's got to do much better. They start hit back now, and
I've not caught up with Steph yet, to be honest with you, to know what he's up to and what his plans are. I will be soon.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, is there a way forward of you and getting a few people on board to come down?
The only way you'd have to do it.
Get some people and
I tried it a couple of times. I've already done it.
Yeah, what did you do?
Yeah.
I printed some stuff off. And put it through everybody's door. Twice earlier in
the year. What, for a meeting?
Yeah, nothing.
And nothing.
Nope.
So if they don't really want a meeting, they more or less say, well, we'll go ahead with it.
Yeah.
That's what it is, isn't it? Shame.
Yeah,
really.
You know, they're failing it really, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't know. Just don't know it's worked. Well, if I go ahead, I ain't got to change it. That'll always be there, isn't it? So whatever happens, that'll always be there. I ain't got. And also that'll affect the house prices and everything here.
Well, I'm sure it will.
Sure it will.
Because I mean, it's quite a quiet road, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's
Yeah. They say no excess going that way and no excess going the other way. That never happened. They put policemen up here. But the first day that was open, my wife came up here to here. They stopped her here. Where are you going? She didn't indicate to go in here. Police sat in this corner here, the first open day. He said, you can't come through here. This is so-and-so and so-and-so. We said, I'm going to my son. She said, park over there. Oh, that's all right then. So, you know what I mean? Where'd he go? You know, it's ridiculous. I know everyone uses as cut through, don't they?
well, I live on Station Road,
Yeah.
and I do drive up and down here to get to my house. Because if like I said, you know, if a police officer want to pull me over, I've got the same postcode, I've got the same address. How does that? You know, I don't always use it.
Yeah, but the laugh
but I
of
do.
it is they put a bus through here, don't they? They're at the bus stop here, isn't it? Yeah. And as you say, from Millfield Road, ain't that awful up there to get out?
The bus comes this way, so it can turn right, so it can get to the bus stop that used to opposite what used to be HL Foods, because you can't get to it. You're past it.
You're past. Every time I turn out, I suppose you're off the turn. Like Steve's over there.
Yeah, so that's where the bus comes this way.
Yeah. So really, that wasn't moving up affects the sex.
Correct.
I don't know whether they want to do, what they can't do. I don't know. Come on in.
So the date is today.
Yeah, all right.
And then we find out.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So the date is today, and then what? The council find out in a matter of days, weeks.
So the date is today. Then you need to watch the planning portal to see
On the QR code.
the date when it goes to the committee. And then I think you have to register. I think it's either 48 or 72 hours before the committee to see whether or not they'll allow you to go and speak.
Right. Watch this space then. Are you going to go and speak? Are you going to?
I've told the case officer that I'm going to.
I'll keep an eye out on the QR code. Because where would that be? Would that be District Council that they'll have the committee?
Yeah, Crane wants it. That's where they.
Right.
Unless they're still doing. Some of the councils adopted online planning committees because during and then post-COVID, and some haven't actually reverted back to in-person meetings yet. They still do it online.
Mm.
But the I think there's a 24th of August and something like a 14th or 15th of September. I think are the two next planning subcommittee dates.
Right.
I found, but the agendas aren't out for either of those yet. They don't get published until the week before.
And this is what makes me laugh. You definitely know where it finishes, don't you?
Yes,
And it's
yes.
like, yeah.
And you would have thought, wouldn't it not be on the wit of man for these two people to coordinate and go, tell you what, should we cut the hedge at the same time so that at least you're either on the path or you're off the path? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it gets like this, it's all of it. Because this is actually in some respects worse, isn't it? Because you're coming along, you know, two abreast, chatting, whatever, and all of a sudden you get confronted with this.
I've seen people on their scooters, disabled people, and
you're like this barreling their way through.
Yeah.
No. It's the kiddies as well that walk up because they do a walking crocodile from Millfield
school,
to go swimming.
Right.
So you end up with understandably the kiddies here and the people that are chaperoning them
on the road,
all in their high vis jackets on the high. Yeah.
And they think that's going to improve with 54 houses.
Well, who's going to maintain this then? Because it's not being maintained. I'm assuming it's Paston's responsibility.
I would have thought it's Paston. I don't think it's the groundsman at all, because they would not let this get like this if that was the case.
No, on the basis that I think it's district council doing that part of it where Victory is, and this is still, so the hedges must be owned by the
Paston.
by the
Oh,
actual
so that's not,
landowners, not by county council. Then, so the path is probably county council, but the hedges individual landowners.
I mean, they are gorgeous trees. They're like huge bonsai trees, aren't they?
It's a row. It's a vista. It's a it goes all the way. Yes, all right. One was lost in the storm. So there's a gap there by that post. There's one that got lost, but the rest of them sort of defines the road in a way.
Yeah. And the noise. The noise is just going to